Hello friends, I've decided to try to teach a few things. Certainly my grandchildren and my children need this knowledge, but I think all of us in today's economy does. I walked down the aisle of the grocery store just last week, and one can of Campbell's soup, 15 ounces, was $1.89. That is just so exorbitant, and yet cream soups happen to be one of the basis of probably over 50% of the casseroles that are used out there. So I'm going to teach you how to make a cream of soup mix. And then if you want cream of mushroom, I dry my own mushroom, but you may have mushrooms, or you can choose to just have the cream base, which is what most of it is. But you can take this and powder it in your blender and put it in, or you can just take a little handful and crush it in your soup. This, and excuse this is an old applesauce a jar, but it's dried celery. So here's cream of celery, okay? If I wanted some, I'd just take a few pinches of that. This is my own canned chicken. You may have leftover chicken in the refrigerator, or you might have just a smaller can of chicken that you would want to add. But your cream base is what most of your casseroles begin with anyway. So let's start on this. One thing, you get dried milk. You can get the whole milk, you can get the fat-free milk, and if it's fat-free, it will store for a little bit longer. But this is dried milk, and I always keep it. Even when we, for 40 years of our marriage, we had a milk cow. Yet I always had dried milk on the shelf in case we needed it. So let's begin. We'll start with 2 cups. I put the dried milk in here because it would be easier than trying to get it out of the bag. 2 cups of dried milk. Oh, I did dump it out of the bag. See, I've got the little moisture container there that removes the moisture. 2 cups of dried milk. 1.5 cups of, this is corn starch. Corn starch, arrowroot, both are the same. Now, I need beef bouillon. I just got the chicken bouillon, beef bouillon, whatever you want. I'm making cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, cream of all of that. If you wish to put beef in your mushroom, so be it. But this is a more universal, I believe, to put the chicken bouillon. It covers a wider spectrum, but I'll make some up with beef. 1/2 cup of the chicken bouillon, okay? Then 2 teaspoons of onion powder. You can tell this came from my pantry, and I'm having to do a little bit of scraping here. It powders right up when you do. 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground thyme, or thyme, however you want to say that. I should have had these removed prior to this, but time always enhances anything with chicken bouillon in it. Okay, and then 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, and I will have all of these down in the description box so that you can go and find the recipe there. And you'll find that I'm not absolutely exact. A little here or there is perfect with grandma. And a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I dropped a half teaspoon down there, so we're going to do 2/8, okay? Because, no, 2/4, excuse me. So, this is it. Now, basically, besides all of your herbs, you have 4 cups in here. 4 cups, and it takes 1/4 of powder. I'm just mixing it good, and then we'll put it in a container. I'm going to send it home with the granddaughter that happens to be helping me tape right now. She's newly married, and they are living on a budget, like all of us should be, but at least we remember what it was like when we were newly married. And so 4 cups of this powder reconstitutes. If you want 1 can of soup, you add 1.5 cups of cold water and 1/4 cup of this powder, and bring it to a boil. And you have got 1 can of soup instantly. So for 4 cups of the main ingredients is here, 4 times each cup goes into 1/4 of a cup. That's 16 cans of soup. 16, let's say it was $1.50, okay? That's still going to be 16 and 8 is, help me out, Joanne. 16 and 8 is going to be 24 cans of soup. $24, excuse me. 16 cans would be $24 if you could get it at $1.50 a can. And so that's quite a savings right there, because what we just put into it was literally only, but we didn't put $4 at all into it, okay? You could make many times this recipe for, because most of these I got at the dollar store. And I would suggest that you try looking there or go online. You don't have to have McCormick's on the shelf in your local grocery store to get good herbs. Also, come spring herb gardens are amazing. They're easy to grow. You can dry them, and then you can have jars full of the ingredients that you need. But I would like to teach you several mixes, but for today, this is the one I hope you'll really try. So thanks so much. Hi friends, I just finished doing the video on cream soups, and I've got another tip that I think that you would really enjoy. That is a substitute for 1 large egg. You can use this in your recipes. Let's say you had a recipe that called for 3 large eggs. You could use these substitutes, and I will put them in the description box for you. The first one is 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise will take the place of 1 large egg in your recipe. Try it. It's very simple, and many of us have mayonnaise either in our refrigerator or unopened on our pantry shelf. The other is 3 tablespoons of the liquid off of either a can of chickpeas, which is garbanzo beans, it's the very same thing, or if you take the dried ones and soak them and cook them, that fluid, 3 tablespoons of it is equal to 1 large egg. Then there's applesauce. I always have applesauce on the pantry shelf. It's simple to know that 1/4 cup of applesauce is equal to 1 egg in a recipe. Also, 1/4 cup of mashed bananas is equal to 1 egg. Now, your bananas ripen possibly faster than you want. Mash them up, measure them, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in your freezer, and then you would be able to know how many eggs you had in that Ziploc bag. And as what you could do is you could just go ahead and do some specifically to use as egg supplements, like put a 1/2 cup of mashed bananas in a Ziploc bag, you've got 2 eggs, okay? So you could do that. Chia seeds, if you'll grind them really fine in like a coffee grinder or in a Vitamix or something like that to powder, you use 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and 3 tablespoons of water. And my mind went immediately, well, 1 egg is less liquid than 3 tablespoons, but it thickens that water. And so it will convert in your recipe without making it too runny. Also, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and you grind it real fine too, to 3 tablespoons of water can be used as a supplement. And something I have used before and something that I really like to have in my pantry is I have made my own soy milk. So you get soybeans, you soak them, grind them, and then you milk them just like a milk cow almost. You put the liquid through a jelly fibrous bag and sit there and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and keep pouring your liquid through until for the exact amount that you need for a gallon. You have a gallon of liquid that you've ground your beans and squoze and milked it out. But what is left in that bag, that fibrous bean pulp, is called Okara. And Okara, 2 tablespoons of Okara, I wondered if it really worked, and so I made cornbread muffins. I made the little mini cornbread muffins, didn't use 1 egg in them. I literally held them up like this and bounced them off of the counter. They were so light and fluffy, it was wonderful. So if you had soybeans on your pantry shelf, you could go online and learn how to do soy milk. Your bean pulp could be used as the eggs in your cooking, and on the shelf with no refrigeration and a long storage life, you could actually, with 1 bean, have milk and eggs out of soybeans. This will be in the description box. You can go down and get it. You can try it. I hope that any of these tips more mixes that I hope to share with you. The soup mix, the substitute for eggs, will help us not have to run to the store as often, will help us save a little bit on our grocery bill, and will help us eat healthily without feeling like we're skimping or having to leave out necessary products. Thank you. Hope you'll try it, and I hope my kids and grandkids will try it because it will help us all live within a budget.